Story 1. My 41 male wife, 42 female, traded inappropriate photos and graphic fantasies with AP for several weeks. We have 3 kids, 10, 9, 7. AP is also married and also has 3 kids the same age-ish as ours. I was suspicious and called paranoid. I found the texts and photos on her phone, and was blamed, gaslit, and called all the names in the book. It's been 2 months since D-Day, and we've had some ups and downs but seem to be drifting apart. I spoke to a lawyer this week, and though I told them I have no intention to file for divorce and want to reconcile, I wanted to understand the process, etc. should things go south. My WW has not been very contrite. She has said several times that she thinks something is missing in our relationship that led her to find herself in this situation and isn't sure we should be together. She really hasn't shown much of any remorse for or acceptance of her choices and actions. Until I told her I met with a lawyer. At that moment, she audibly gasped, told me we need to slow things down, and shouldn't make any decisions unless and until we've tried absolutely everything in IC, MC, etc. Last week I felt a serious change in heart. I know I want to be with her, but I came to accept the reality that I can't will it into happening. That caused me to look at things differently. This whole time I've been very dialed into the pain and harm she caused me and our family. But the last few days I've been hung up on the thought that, setting me and our kids aside completely, how could she have done this to AP's wife and kids? Even if we didn't exist, she was still knowingly the other woman, homewrecker in this story. With all due apologies for being so judgmental here, recognizing that, what I characterize as a negative character trait is a whole different and additional problem than the overwhelming feeling of betrayal. How could you do this to us? But also, how could you do this to them? Anyone else deal with those thoughts? Oh, definitely. She gave what wasn't hers to give and took what wasn't hers to take. It's always until I talk to the lawyer line will be one that will snap waywards in the affair fog. I know it's not just the other woman theme song the reason that you wanted a divorce but her commitment to your relationship. She never thought you would be strong enough to divorce her. Once you started the process she had that oh crap moment, meaning she isn't sorry or remorseful at all, she is just sorry she got caught and is scared to lose her stability. You should get the divorce started knowing you can always cancel, but it sounds like you won't be. If you do get a divorce, get a postnup. Even if people tell you it's no good in your state, the details of the postnup will be something she made a commitment on, not that it matters, her commitment to the marriage wasn't honored either. But, you may move to a state that will consider it more valid, or it may help you sleep better at night. Yes. I don't know if she realizes it entirely, but I intend to talk about it again soon. I need to know exactly how she sees things. Apart from that, well, she's a different person, for sure. That's the only way we are going to get through this. I'm glad you are doing the right thing, OP. Never ever be with someone who knowingly ruined her own family and someone else's family. Drop her like a hot brick. Cut her off, and do your best to move forward. Story 2. TLD, our wife has a history of inappropriate interaction with other men. Am I overreacting or being gaslighted? 7 years ago, about 6 months before we got married, my soon-to-be wife said she was tired and was gonna go to bed. I wanted to stay up a bit longer, so I kissed her goodnight and went about my way. After an hour or so I was feeling tired, so I came upstairs and went into the bedroom to sleep. She woke up in a panic and I saw a message on her phone that was inappropriate. She was sexting this guy from work and had accidentally fallen asleep in the middle. Needless to say, I was annoyed to all hell, but, to make a long story short, I forgave her and we went ahead with our marriage. Now fast forward 7 years and my wife has returned to school to get a university degree. We have 2 kids together, 10 and 8 now. She is 35 and I am 42. To get a little extra money, not that things are tight, she works in the summer while I take care of the kids. Anyway, at the end of the summer she calls me up at work and asked if she and this dude, 22 male, can go work out together. She had talked about him a little bit and I knew they had worked out together while they were both working at the same place. The office has its own gym. But it seemed weird to me that he would ask her after they both quit. I didn't know they had that kind of relationship. So I asked her about it and she said that they hardly talked and he was just a shallow friend. So I said I felt weird about it anyway and they called it off. Now, given her history, my curiosity got the best of me, so at an unsupervised moment I checked her Snapchat. She had a 43-day snap streak with this dude and they had that icon with 2 purple hearts, best friends? Now I got really upset that she had carried out all this conversation behind my back. I didn't have a clue that they were talking to such an extent. I've only seen this guy once, but he appeared to be a fairly good-looking, fitness kind of guy. And just 22 years old to boot. Now she is adamant she haven't done anything wrong, and that he is just a friend. That may be, I really don't know, but that argument fails as she lied about it in the first place, thus making that statement very hard to believe. Anyway, we have been back and forth about this and she could see that I was hurting because of it, but she still wanted to be in contact with this dude and that she was not to blame at all. I wanted her to give up this friend that she hardly knows and focus on our marriage, but she wouldn't do it on her own. I waited and gritted my teeth because I really don't want to be the controlling type, but she never did. Eventually I crossed the line I didn't want to cross and told her that she better stop contacting this guy. She reluctantly agreed. After a few days she got really depressed, the worst I've ever seen her, and she was even talking about self-destruction. I tried to understand where this was coming from, so I asked her if she had any feelings for this guy. She said she misses him and that she doesn't know how she feels. I let that slide because of her fragile emotional state. Yesterday I walked into the bedroom again and she threw her phone away as I walked in. I could sense something was wrong, so again I checked her Snapchat. This time she had snapped from another man, which I've never heard of before. I didn't read the snap, so I have no clue what it was about. But again, it was my fault for snoping and she got angry. Now to my questions. Am I overreacting here? Should I just accept this behavior? Am I being gaslighted to even ask the question? So you have probable 3 cheating incidents, or 2 probable and 1 certain, and you wonder if you are overreacting? Yup. Smile. OP, I'm not saying this to be mean, but have your kids' DNA tested. Also, you need to get a STI test. Don't confront her again. But you need to be snooping on her location, her social media, and on all her electronic communications. I'm sorry you are in this spot. It sounds, at worst, she is a serial cheater. Also, what excited 22-year boy wouldn't want to be ducking an experienced older woman? No strings attached because she is married. Been thinking about it? Smile. It sends an important message. Married people shouldn't have Snapchat. Full stop. I agree. Smile. It's probably time to stop agreeing with internet strangers, get off the easy chair and smack down some consequences for all unfaithful. If she had a 43-day Snapchat streak with this guy and she told you they never really talked, she lied to your face. There is no way getting around it. A Snapchat streak that long, with the lies, there are or will be more lies, you just haven't heard them yet, tells me that it is an EA. She asked to go to the gym with him as a cover for them to have says, turning the EA into a PA. As with all EAs, what really hurts is everything she confided in him about, everything she told him, that should have been confided and told to you, her husband. Usually the wayward wife will also revise the history of your relationship in her mind to justify her actions and affection toward her AP. She does this to make herself feel better about her actions, and to make her AP feel more justified in having sex with a married woman. So that is where you are at. She lied to your face for at least the last 45 days and you never suspected anything. What makes you think you can trust anything she tells you now? Nothing. That's what makes it so hard. If you can afford it, hire a private investigator, also talk to a lawyer and get the divorce process going. You can stop it at any time, but if this goes the way I'm thinking, and you want to stay with her, getting served might be the only chance you have of getting her out if the affair fog. You have a long hard road in front of you. We don't live in a country where you need lawyers to get divorced. Smile. Do you mean a lawyer isn't necessary because you can file the paperwork yourself? To clarify, you don't need a lawyer, but you have the option of hiring one for the task? Or it's customary in your country that lawyers just don't offer divorce as a service? It's just not needed? When you divorce in my country, each party gets exactly half of the estate, no matter the reason. And there is no alimony. No, not at all. You are not overreacting. I would agree with one of the commenters here who said that you need to hire a lawyer and get the divorce process going. Cut her off immediately. You do not need someone like that around you, obviously lying, cheating and disrespecting you. Move on and find someone who deserves you. Wish you all the best, OP. Worldwide comments of the day. Well, if his wife ever cheats on OP, then he has everything coming to him. Yeah, so she was with her friend's husband and you think she's a faithful person even though she never told the friend. You won't tell the friend because you feel it's not your place. So she gets away with cheating and still keeps her wife and gets him to help her keep her secret. I get the feeling once a cheater always a cheater is gonna come up and ring true. Thanks for watching. Don't forget to subscribe for more interesting and relatable Reddit videos.